Feels good to be back in the world. I have been planning out this next build for a little while now, not too long, but we have been expanding the world last couple episodes now, and everything is turning out so nice, and I'm super pleased. We're going to be expanding in a completely different direction than what we've been working on in the last couple episodes. We've been working down in this area, which is going to be a medieval city and then an ultra fantasy city over there on the right side. Today we're going to be working in this area that I'm just going to call the farmlands, because it's going to be pretty massive. It's going to take up a ton of space. I don't know how much wheat, how many seeds I'm going to plant in this episode, but I would bet probably at least 1,000. And we're going to be planting all of those seeds over in this side, right over here, about 1,000 seeds on the left side of the mega structure. And this build, I think, goes perfectly over here. We're going to have some farmland over here. We're going to have a windmill at some point. I think we're going to have a second greenhouse at some point and some other structures to kind of help out this farmland. But it starts with this barn. Let me show you guys what I've got going on in these shulker boxes. Coarse dirt, some deep slate, wood, some seeds, random stuff. I don't think I have enough seeds to really kind of finish what I want to start today, but I have been working for, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours leveling out all of this terrain right here. And you guys can see it's kind of a steep drop off over here. It's just kind of floating land because I don't know how I want to kind of mesh this land together. So this is probably looking really crazy if we were standing down here by the medieval house that I built a couple episodes back. But all of this, I'm trying to figure this out slowly but surely, which is why we're going to be building over on that side of the world. But I think that this build today, this whole area is going to be really cool to look at from afar. I'm going to try to give it some purpose. This barn is going to have all different types of animals on the inside of it. We're going to have a cow farm, a sheep farm, a pig farm, all sorts of things, probably some horses and llamas. But let's talk game plan. I think the first thing we're going to do is plop the barn in right there. That way, it's just right there. And then after I put the barn in, I think we'll probably do some pathways that lead up to the barn. And then based off those pathways, based off what I'm feeling, we can start planting a bunch of seeds. We're probably going to have seeds on the left side of the barn and then on the right side of the barn. But yeah, I think the wheat is going to go up against this hillside right here. Probably make this look a little bit nicer along the way. And then maybe we'll put a structure on there. And then maybe it will, maybe I'll finally finish the castle up a little bit. I've been wanting to build a structure that kind of comes out the side of it. You guys can see I have it. The castle's a little beat up on this side, but this is the first time I think it's been shown on camera. And this is probably the first time I've actually really looked at it for this long. Yikes. But I'm really excited about this project because this is going to be an expansive project, just like the other two things that we've been working on recently, the medieval house and then the ultra fantasy area of the world. We're having expansive areas. Even the mountain is expansive. I thought about building up smaller versions of this, more so in the background, just so we have more things to kind of like pop out in the background. But that's crazy talk right now. I'm just going to focus on the barn for this episode and the wheat field, and then we're going to eventually have other things. What is that thing right there? What is that? Who is this? Oh, a horse. We're going to finally have a reason, more of a reason, to go over to this side of the world. I'm still waiting on updating the game so that I can use the happy gas and transfer villagers up there super easily. So we're going to give ourselves a reason today to come over here, and we're just going to build something that looks really nice and kind of give the mega structure, I think, even more height. I don't think it's going to take away from the height. I think it's going to add to the height. At least that's my hope. A barn. And before I do any of that fun stuff, let's just stare at the sun. Yeah, that was good. All right, and with that being said, I'm going to start on building up the barn. Wow, big cow pen. Whoa. All right, it's looking fresh, my guys. The barn looks really cool next to the mega structure. Oh my goodness, I really like this. This is a cool vibe. And I think I put in the pathway and I said I wasn't going to. It's been a long week. I don't even know what day it is or when this video will be out, so I apologize if it's been maybe an extra week or so on the project. It's just been kind of crazy. So I just want to start with the barn really quickly. This is a mixture of spruce, tough blocks, red terracotta, and that is the redwood from the swamp, the mangrove wood. This is what the side profile of the barn is looking like. I haven't done a whole lot to it, admittedly, because we're not going to see a lot of it, but I figured maybe I'll add some more windows and stuff on the sides of it. I think it looks exactly the same way on the other side as well. Yeah. But I really like it. I think it turned out really nice. Deep slate roof to match all the other roofs that we've done in the world so far. I think I want that to be the theme of the world. And look at this. This is really cool looking. This is actually one of my favorite builds that I've done all season long. I've got some pigs, sheep, cows, chicken. I have a horse. I need another horse. I couldn't find a second one, but let's go upstairs and kind of see what's going on. I just want to show you guys the layout of upstairs really quickly. Just have some beams kind of going across the ways. Not really sure what I'm going to put up here. Maybe I'll do like a farmer's bedroom and some other things, but for now I'm going to leave it untouched because the main thing that I wanted to work on was pretty much just the exterior of the build, a little bit of a basic interior on the bottom floor, and then the really big wheat field that we're going to be playing with here in probably 30 seconds or so. But you guys can see I kind of just went sporadic with the water placement. I kind of went every 10 blocks or so, and then we're going to hoe the entire left side of the barn and then part of the right side of the barn. I think we're going to go till this second pillar because I'm a little unsure where I want the other farming structures to go. We're not going to get to that today, but eventually there's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 structures that go along with the barn theme. Yeehaw. All right, I went and I grabbed the comment of the day book because I wanted to read this one outside. Comment of the day 5. Come help me. I'm making a mega base. This is from PenEric379P. Thank you, PenEric. I appreciate the comment. I think I sent you the link to my Discord chat. If anybody wants to join the Discord, I'll put a link in the description of this video and in my bio so you guys can easily find it. And it's basically just a place where I send little previews of what I've been working on in the last couple of days. And you guys can feel free to send pictures of what you're working on in your world. Right now, there's just a couple of people in it, but I definitely encourage you guys to join up if you want to. All right, I think the rain is a great cue for me to start planting some seeds. So I will be back in a moment. Enjoy this random clip of me doing something else. Okay, admittedly, I couldn't decide what I wanted to put at this point in the video. So what I'm going to do is just leave that lever right there. I have been a busy sock these last couple of days. I actually took a break from working on the wheat field to finally move my villages over here. But you're probably wondering, how the heck did I get these guys up into the mega structure? This guy, oh my dear boy, Lint, courtesy of my good friend Jonathan Yoshimoto. He is the one who named the Happy Ghast, whether he knows it or not. I asked for name suggestions on my Instagram a while ago to name different pets and mobs that I have around the world, and he suggested that I name one of them Lint. So thank you, my boy. I don't know how I feel about the Happy Ghast. It moves so slow. It took me like 30 minutes to move 2 villagers from the village, I don't know, a couple hundred blocks that way, down into their little home down here, their little lair. I'm trying to get them to breed and so I could have a full working villager trading hall. But these guys, they have like 5 or 6 stacks of bread in them right now, so they're probably too full to get groovy with one another. But this is going to be the beginning of a really fun and maybe not fun, but a good project, a good thing to have in the world. We're going to have unlimited trades for pretty much anything that we want. So again, if anybody has any suggestions on which trades are the best to have. This is my mending villager right here. He's got a name tag trade. He's got mending for 13, which isn't terrible. And then this guy, I've just been trading glass with him because that's pretty easy to get. And I also got some banner patterns from him. So yeah, where'd the other guy go? What just happened? Hello? Huh? What just happened? Where did he go? There he is. Okay, wow. Okay, I thought he jumped off or something. Okay, wow. Good job, you're still alive. All right, but now I'm going to show you guys the progress that I've made on the wheat farm. Holy cow. I don't think it's finished, and I don't think it's going to be finished this episode, but I just wanted to give you guys a very good idea of like what I'm going to end up doing. I stopped during this pillar right here, but yeah, this is a ton, a absolute crazy amount of wheat, and I had to stop myself because it was getting out of hand and I was burning out, and this episode is taking forever and ever to put out. So I just wanted to show you guys that I have planted, I think 20,000 seeds this entire season so far. If we go to the stats, 22,000 times. That doesn't mean there's 22,000 pieces of wheat or seeds here. That's a good bit. I thought that I was maybe underestimating when I said 1,000, but 22,000 times I've used that thing. That's why this episode is taking so long to come out, and I'm not even done because I would like to round out the wheat farm on this side. I just kind of have like this horrible looking landscaping going on right now. Like I kind of want to do this little rounded off thing over there on this side over here. So yeah, this is probably going to end up being a little bit bigger, maybe 10-15% bigger than what it is right now. I also built up a custom tree with a couple of beehives. I think this came out pretty okay. I like the shape of the trunk of the tree better than I like the actual leaves on the tree right now, but it's a work in progress. This whole place is a work in progress. All right, give me that. And if I haven't been clear yet, this pathway right here that leads to the barn, it's actually going to be eventually broken up into more pathways that go off into different directions. But whenever I finally put in a windmill, this is probably going to break off over into that direction. And then whenever I make another greenhouse, this part over here is going to break off to the right side. So if it looks weird right now, just you wait. Also, one last thing before I wrap up the video. I wanted to get more animals in here, but I don't know which ones to go get. I was considering possibly going and getting a sniffer in between episodes, as well as fixing up the rest of the wheat farm. But if anybody has any suggestions on what other animals I can put in the barn, that would be really helpful, just to kind of give this a little bit more uniqueness. But I think if we got like a sniffer, maybe llamas or something in there, that could make the barn a little bit more interesting. But I think that's gonna wrap up today's video, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was worth the wait. It took me forever to plant all of this wheat, and I'm still not done. So by the time you guys see me next time, this wheat field is going to be probably 10 to 15% bigger than what it is now. Also, I'm not too sure on what to build up in the next episode, so if anybody has any suggestions, let me know down in the comments below. I'd appreciate it. So until next time, everybody, I hope you guys have a good, solid day.